When they first asked me if I would present this award to Cher tonight, my initial reaction was absolutely not. I mean, how do you introduce an icon? I didn't feel I was up to the task, to be honest. But as I thought about it more, I realized there were a few things I wanted to say. I could stand here and repeat for you the things that probably many of you have heard before about Cher. There is the Academy Award, the gold and platinum records, and the extraordinary beauty that is Cher. But I suspect that many of you already know those things. After all, who hasn't seen the movie Moonstruck or danced the night away to the album Believe? Hers is a career that has spanned 5 decades. But that's not why we're here tonight. And that's not why we honor her tonight. I moved to New York City on Valentine's Day, 1990. As a 27-year-old gay man, I felt I had been dropped into a war zone. Nothing could prepare me for what I saw there. It was among the darkest days of the AIDS epidemic. I and many of my friends, we went to more funerals than we did movies. And yet, in those darkest of times, there was light, and there were heroes. Most of them were anonymous, the people who took care of the sick and the dying and buried their friends and their lovers. Into this darkness stepped amfAR's international founding chairman, Elizabeth Taylor. Elizabeth was the first to speak about a disease that nobody wanted to talk about. Less known were the extraordinary people who came right behind her. To me and many of my friends, there was no greater champion in the fight against AIDS than Cher. Though she didn't do it with the cameras rolling or the lights flashing, she went about leading by example. She reached out personally to people with HIV and AIDS and sought to provide them support and comfort. And like Elizabeth, Cher understood intuitively that perhaps her greatest strength was her ability to turn her fame and her celebrity and to use it for a greater good. In those darkest days of the gay community, she came to our defense, and she offered love and support. She will probably never know how much she has meant to people like me and thousands of others in this fight over the last 30 years. But I know, and I remember. At amfAR, sometimes we honor people who are great philanthropists, and sometimes we honor people who are warriors in the fight against AIDS. And then, rarely, we honor someone who has been both. And tonight, we honor someone who has been both. Cher has been honored for her talent, her beauty, her brains, but tonight we honor her for none of those things. Tonight, we honor her for her heart. Winston Churchill said, "We make a living by what we get, but we make a life by what we give." Cher has given life to so many who will never have the chance to personally thank her for all that she has done. But tonight, I have the extraordinary privilege of thanking her on behalf of all those thousands of people for whom she has been an inspiration, but also for me personally, because I know and I remember and I will always be grateful. So how do you introduce an icon? With a deep sense of humility and a profound gratitude. Ladies and gentlemen, I present the amfAR Award of Inspiration to Cher.
Thank you. Thank you. Obrigada. Okay, now I'll hold it. Well, I'm so happy to be in Brazil. I'm very happy, and I'm incredibly honored to get this award from amfAR. And this is especially nice because it comes in a year where, in August, I will have been an entertainer for 50 years. So it has a special meaning to get it right now. So I was there in the very beginning. It was about 30 years ago, and I was doing a big show in Las Vegas, and it was huge cast, and we had dancers, singers, drag queens, we had everything. It was a feast. And sometime in the middle of that one show, we started to hear these rumors, whispers, about some sort of strange disease that was around. We didn't even know what it was. We heard it was a gay cancer, but nobody knew how you could get it, and nobody knew where it came from. And later, we heard that it was brought to America by a Canadian steward, an airplane steward. But no one really knew. Everyone was just so frightened. And as time went by, the kids on that show started getting sick. And many of them died. Most of them died. And in the years to come, many of my friends died. And AIDS is it's taken too many of the people that we love. Gay, straight, black, white. We have lost so many people, so many beautiful people, so many talented people. And this epidemic has just got to come to an end. That's why I support amfAR, and I believe that they will find a cure. They have to find a cure. And I know with the amazing support that you have provided here tonight, that we can bring an end to this terrible disease. And I thank you for this honor, and I'm really grateful to be in Brazil. Thank you.